One of the most overwhelming moments for a family is when a child is suddenly hospitalized, facing a possible cancer diagnosis. For 45 years, Wipeout Kids Cancer has been there to bring comfort, connection, and hope. Cindy Brinker, founder of Wipeout Kids Cancer, joins me now with so much more on how you can get in and help. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Erin. Good to see you.
So glad to have you here. So tell me, let's start with the basis of the foundation. What inspired you to start Wipeout Kids Cancer?
Well, you talked about mothers and women. When I was 12, I was seated on a very uncomfortable pew seat next to my 10-year-old sister and my grieving father. We just buried my mom. And she was not only just mom to my little sister Brenda and me, but the world was mourning with us, Erin, because mom was known to her adoring public in the 1950s as Maureen Conley, the tennis champion Little Mo. And she won Wimbledon 3 years in a row. She won the Grand Slam, the first American woman to do that. And yet she won everything, Erin, but she could not defeat one foe, cancer. So when I was sitting there, I said, someday, somehow, some way, I've got to do something to eradicate this disease. So when I came back from college with this vow, still a broken heart, I just said, we're going to do something. And we just started, I was working at a country club, and we had some fun events for the members on the weekend, and we raised money for American Cancer Society. We did it for 3 years, and a movement was started.
I was about to say, it sounds like it's grown so much.
You know, I have learned, Erin, that grief, you have to, if you park your grief in your heart, that's bitterness and anger, and that can be like cancer, but you have to put your grief into action.
There you go.
You know, grief is not a new emotion, nor is activism a new phenomenon, but when you marry the two, great healing and recovery takes place. And so that's what Wipeout Kids Cancer did to me and others. When you're other focused and you help others, and like we do with children, we're with special people, little people, children with cancer, joy. Because we've got to move forward, and you can't let grief define you or
hold you back.
Yes, be in hostage with sorrow. So there we have Wipeout Kids Cancer. So 45 years.
And here we are. You turned your test into a testimony, which I love to hear. Let's talk about the buddy bag, because this comes in handy for those who are going on this journey. So what exactly is it and what's inside of it? Well,
people have defined it, Erin, as literally medicine for the soul. And what this is when a child is diagnosed, a child can be diagnosed in a doctor's office. You take your child in, you think that maybe they have allergies or respiratory infection, or they're bruised, they hurt themselves on the playground. They would never expect, Erin. The doctor, the pediatrician would come in and say, I think you need to go to the hospital because we think your child has leukemia. So there you have a mother or a caretaker, head spinning, rushes to the hospital, and a hospital stay is not just for hours, it can be days or weeks.
Months even.
Absolutely. And so their parents have nothing from that moment when they enter the hospital.
It happens so fast.
It does, and with spinning heads, and just the first thing a family thinks of is my child isn't going to survive. So what we have here in this bag are essentials. We have toiletries for parents, we have a pillow, we have a blanket, we have for children, and we separate these toys and widgets and gadgets and puzzles and all kinds of games and fun things for ages 11 and up and 10 under. So a child during the hospital stay can have fun, and also we have the treasure is an iPad.
Oh, how cool.
Yes, because these kids doesn't every child need an iPad, Erin?
We're leaning in, yes they do, yes they do. 45 years you mentioned, we need 450 bags this year, that's the goal.
We do,
How can our viewers get involved?
Thank you for asking. Yes, if they log on to WOKC.org, you can push a donate button, and you can just put in whatever, if you want to just give a cash gift, and you just say buddy bags, or in going on to WOKC.org, you go to the link that says programs, and then go to buddy bags, and then there's donate items, and it goes to an Amazon wish list. So then we have very specific gifts that go in here.
Very
But the one thing that we also have is a card that our volunteers write. So every child, when they open that pack, has a card that says we're with you.
Wow. This is incredible.
You matter.
Thank you so much for being here this morning and for what you're doing in the community. You guys, there's so much more to come. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.